Estamos bien. Estamos bien. Vamos de vuelta.
So gonna just fill in the gaps, being nuisances and getting lost.
All right, let's see how it's going to be. It's going to be Boston on the opening attack. And eyes immediately in towards the 8-point. Battle over towards the right side hallway. Even exchange to this point. Snoopy trying to turn the tides. Pistol out, just trying to find whatever damage he can. But the rest of his teammates have cleaned things up, and Boston are on.
Yeah, already have the numbers advantage. Cammy's able to find a double. You locate the last player in Mercules. Not everybody else coming off the respawn. First segment already guaranteed. And they might be able to catch a couple more because Purge isn't letting them out of this one for free.
Nope, not at all. CleanX does slip over towards top catwalk, but the stack has allowed 2 ticks to already come through. Halfway through the third as well. But again, damage is here. Toronto want to give this a go. Can they get there in time? There's the full clean, and right before the third tick gets locked, Toronto get the recontest and a little bit of depletion.
And you already have Insight pushing over towards him. He loves it. That's his happy place. Just influence the spawns for them to always overdo poolside every single chance that you get. And Snoopy knowing, all right, my teammate spawns to my left. Someone's got to be in this position, but Insight able to find that kill. Teammate still slaying around the middle of the map. Next push already shut down on the side of Boston.
Great bounce back for Ultra. Again, manipulating spawns, finding advantages. That is a unreal gunfight. Purge only gets one. Hercules putting pressure on the spawns. Cammy being tagged from multiple members, and it's a clean kill feed for Ultra. Cammy just trying to dance, but that's a dance with the devil. Leaving Awakening and the rest of the team to spawn towards Pool again.
They just keep on going towards Pool. Like they're not taking their time to wrap back through their spawn because realistically they don't have time to work with. Only 30 seconds to go. You thought 8 was going to be done and dusted, and now you can't leave your spawn. Down by 9 lives. Mercules just finesse a little bit longer because this has been dominant ever since that break.
Yep, and he's going to get a read on everyone trying to get over. One more underneath. Mercules, no, surprised by Cammy. Exit has been earned, but it's an 18v9. Right now, if you're Boston, you're just hoping and praying you can find one more tick of progress before you go to the defense.
And they might not have an opportunity to do so. Only pressure they have is over towards top cat, so you're going to drop down right into the preem of CleanX, but Purge on the pinch gives them an opportunity here. Wins his one-on-one, you flood through double doors, third second is going to be locked. Do Boston have another miracle in them?
It's not done yet. It's 15v7. Doesn't allow for many respawns to come through, but one clean break. Maybe you get a couple extra segments over towards B. That's what Boston are hoping for. Snoopy deals with the trade on to CleanX. Cammy thinking about working over towards Vault Stairs. The big question mark here, the big problem spot for Boston is how do you get Palms control? Because you cannot just allow Ultra to sit outside the zone. Well, that's exactly where they're pinned up.
Unfortunately, also don't really have lives to work with. So no more respawn. Purge trying to work on the pinch to potentially at least secure one second at this B point. Come up behind one, but Cammy's already going to fall. Purge, I'm not going to lie, let's just pat stats a little bit.
Oh, he's going to jump onto the zone, and Ultra will deal with him. But still, 3 ticks after what looked to be a pretty indomitable setup. It's not bad news for Boston.
Todavía no estamos ni por la mitad.
But they were probably thinking we should have gotten more off of that round.
Sure.
Like you have a great break off, you guarantee the first 2 segments. The last push that Toronto had, an opportunity to work their way back in towards A. They make it count and don't give you any breathing room after that. 3 seconds to your name if you are Boston, but Toronto take the first round.
Very comfortably. Joe deceives.
Todavía estamos por la mitad.
Todavía no. 7-3.
No se acaba de abrir.
It's been consistent. I mean, this is next level debut. We'll talk more about that at the end of the major for sure, but this has been a next level debut for Merc. So Ultra on the offense, Boston have been really good defensively on this map in particular. A Hercules for first blood. Joe deceives following it up, finds a second, and Snoopy gets traded. Ultra on the zone.
Oh, kick up. Big double right there. Give your teammates a chance. Now off the respawn to still contest it, not allow these segments to be guaranteed on the side of Ultra. Insight's going to have his hands full. Let's just try to get lost. Drop down in towards Vault. Finesse a little bit more for your teammates to get back into play.
Yeah, CleanX is going to get some success done over towards Catwalk. That allows an opportunity for the rest of Ultra to start.
Good finesse.
Yeah, getting over towards the top side, but Purge has done well to catch 2, leaving just a 1v1 for Awakening. Boston defensively on this map have been really, really solid, and maybe the best right now, maybe outside of Thieves, honestly.
They have figured out their control game at the right time to close out the season. This is where they needed to show improvements because spawning down 0-1 is never ideal.
Pero debería, ya que ustedes me mandan a hacer 400 puchos por directo. Yo le echaba granola hasta que me puse Bracer.
Ultra don't even have a segment and only got 30 seconds.
Good window from CleanX. Follow-up from Hercules is decent as well. Awakening is committed onto this play. And he's going to still hang here. Just have a little bit of a conversation with Kleenex, an aggressive game of tag. Both players will back away. Ultra stop the clock at 22 seconds on the A zone. No pinch allowed for Awakening. Purge also shut down. That's 3 dead, leaving Snoopy by himself. And he's up top. Has a good look at
mira, tiene proteína.
through, but we'll give up on it
Tiene 15
instead.
gramos.
Deal with the spawners.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's trying to do. Find a couple spawn kills.
Me da que los que
Make it
siempre
easier
compraba,
for my
mami.
teammates who are flooding their way through line. Second segment is already locked, and Snoopy stays alive for so long that the teammates get back into the play before that third one gets completed. 10 seconds to go, Ultra looking for a final push here to at least extend the time.
Yeah, Purge is going to make sure there's no desperate play down B lane. Cammy, SMG in hand, will get something done at the pinch, and that is all for
Hace
dead.
calor,
That is a
tire un
really
boost,
mature
dolor de
play for
cabeza.
Snoopy.
A
He's
todo
got
se
to look at
soluciona.
2 players, tags onto both players. And I
Si
think
usas la
Snoopy from
moto.
like a year and a half
¿Ves?
ago would have jumped in to chow that, but he's grown, he's learned, and he ends up essentially
Pero
securing
usted,
that
señorita, no
defense
quiere.
round.
Yeah, he's understanding, okay, if I give my life up for free, then they are
Sin
gonna
audífono.
the race. They can just flood on in and guarantee those segments, but as long as I stay alive, continue to be a nuisance, the players off the respawn on the side of Ultra have to put focus on me. Just allowing that to develop the way that it did. Boston were able to stop that third segment from getting completed.
Hacho, pero este de vainilla
Early up by 1.
está bien bueno, mono.
And this would be a round where Boston would show you something towards B potentially. And that may happen depending on the route that Snoopy takes. Now he's going to go up top. Or actually take the OE. No commitment in towards A immediately. Ultra's nades likely to be pretty, I would say, low in value. But they do catch one onto Cammy. Snoopy just holding towards Catwalk. Damage on Hercules. Not enough to get the kill with the Semtex. So we'll go into just kind of a reset here. Battling over A.
Yeah, Snoopy potentially the timing onto Hercules.
Uy, qué buena.
Find the second. 7 in a row now.
Vamos.
Had a slow start to this control, but he opens up the gates for his teammates to flood right through this A point. First segment should be guaranteed, but you can see how Ultra trying to set up this break. Someone going on a deep pitch. If Inside finds the opening, they're going to stand a chance.
¿Cuándo termina?
In fact, it's actually Joe Deceives.
Este juego y otro juego más.
Hole.
Cuando se acaba este
Snoopy
juego,
trying to chase down the pinch.
mayormente los juegos se tardan mínimo 30 minutos a 1 hora.
Insight with the win. Joe Deceives getting some work done, and this is
Diablo,
where
que
he starts to
prendía.
shine. Playing in and around the spawn. They've lost.
Y son las
third,
7 y 12.
but he's just hanging out.
Sería como las
Garrett
8 y
said,
media,
he'll
8 y
jump on the
45,
A
casi
zone,
9.
but our Ultra just don't care. They just want to get these lives dealt with.
Absolutely not. Okay, Purge, you can touch the point. You can pull our attention a little bit, but we're more focused on keeping everybody else trapped into your spawn. First segment does get locked. 20 seconds to go. Do Boston have another late round heroics to potentially secure some extra segments? You're going to have Cammy just edge out towards B.
Yeah, if Cammy can win a 1v1, maybe there's still a chance to re-wrap back towards B, but Insight finds them.
Ahora sí, gente, mala mía.
Cannot jump in. 13
Postrecito.
seconds on the clock. Another
Ay, Dios,
touch from
pucha,
Purge. This time
me
on
cago
the
en
beat.
nada.
Pinch from Kleenex does not
Ay, Dios, hago venta cuando...
He has hit a route.
Da que me baje el postrecito, da que baje y se dirigiera y...
Came around the backside. Ultra had to hit from the front.
These late round heroics from Boston just guaranteeing some
lo
segments.
mató.
Is that good enough? You got 3 people on it. You got to start to go if you're Ultra. Time is already extended. They also are dominating a majority of the kills in the feed. And now if you're Joe Deceives, you just got to finesse.
Yeah, he's the last one here. He had to deal with just
¿Qué
a
está pasando?
staggered hit over towards A. So now 14 plays 12, 60 seconds on the clock. Awakening! Does he get one more up top? No, Insight's not going to give him the chance. It's Kleenex for the trade.
Tengo más que los tuyos nada más, no te emociones, no te pongas a imaginar, no. Una vez hice 30, no vuelvo a hacer 30 en mi vida. Por poco se me sale la vida. Apenas puede aguantar el control después. Estoy viejo para eso ya. Así que lo que sea que estés tramando, quítatelo. Ya, no va a pasar. Dios.
Maybe one more chance still to touch here. Staggered 2-2 hit here for Boston. 2 from either side.
Ah, Snoopy.
Snoopy's not able to get anything done. Joe also finds a second kill as well. So now Boston with no more respawns. Only have 2 players to try to get this done. Awakening is dancing with death. He is going to fall. Snoopy 1v4. Not going to stand a chance. And Ultra able to again take the defensive round. But again,
30 es el mínimo de repeticiones que hago de algún ejercicio. No me importa, no. Por mí puede hacer 60. Yo no voy a hacer 30 push-ups. Corrido, porque no es que hago 30 y ya. Es que aquella vez hice 30 y llevaba como 30 otra vez. Después hice 10, después hice 10, después hice 10 y ¡boom! 30. ¿Y sabes qué? No se acabaron porque me volvieron a enviar 10 y 10. Ese día.
Break off is the biggest thing. Talk about control. Ultra again with some trophies.
Yo los voy a apuntar. ¿Cuántos ejercicios ustedes me hacen? ¿Cuántos ejercicios? ¿Cuántos push-ups ustedes me hacen hacer? Son fácil más de 100. Ahora mismo llevo. Tengo que ahorita. Pero creo que entre todos los que me han tirado hoy, como 70. Contigo 80.
Dale. From inside onto awakening pushes him off towards B Street, and now Ultra reformed for this hit back today. Yeah, they have their second attempt here. Already found the initial kill. Have a lot of presence through the mid-map as well, but nobody watching the pinch. Here comes Snoopy, right behind enemy lines, finds the first kill. And absolutely destroys the rookie. There in kill number 2. A clean 4 dead again. Boston stabilized. Yeah, Joe's been seen in the pinch, still finds one. Keeps his life a little while longer. Almost deals with Snoopy on top of that, but just too weak to take the battle. CleanX pushes right into Purge, finds that trade, but he's the last one standing, and Ultra are again down to 25 seconds to fight with. It's like both of these squads are just like, okay, we're going to do our best shot in the final 20 seconds. So CleanX is preparing for this final push in towards A, just trying to time the time pump. But Cammy and Awakening already start off with the gunfights. Numbers in favor of Boston. Last player's insight, he is gonna fall, and this is looking like a shutout round for Boston. Boston's defense has been so good. It really has been. No antics this time for Toronto. Nothing's gonna sneak through this time. So they're gonna get the round 5 defense here. Force Ultra to have to put something different together.
Buena.
And honestly, for Ultra, they have not put together a single good break-off offensive.
Y ahí, Perch ahí direccionando ese equipo.
They didn't win a majority of the gunfights. That time to try to slow it down, and then you lose 3 players and don't take down any. So, realistically, if you're Ultra, I'm going back to the aggressive strat. Oh, yeah. Because just wasting that much time developing on those long routes, and if it doesn't work, then it's already 30 seconds left away from the round. We have to be in it to win it. See what we get. Defensively speaking for Boston, it's been a very, I would say, even affair. Cammy's got 12 of his 23, but everyone's got about the same amount of kills defensively for Boston. So there really hasn't been any individual pop-offs yet for Breach, but hey, the team's looking good. Yeah, that tells you right there. Like, no one's popping off. That means everyone is just doing their 25%, finding the trades left and right, but already off the break from Ultra. They switch up the
pero ese yo, CleanX. Mira, sí. CleanX.
Guaranteed segments are already going to be here at this 8 point. Can you find something in Purge? At least finds one. That opens things up, and that's a scam. Yeah, that sure is. Cammy from top art finds that kill, forcing Insight to have to step up, and that's a big missed chance for Ultra. They do get 2 ticks of progress onto A, but felt like that could have been the zone right there if you just stay in the zone. Yeah, because you had 3 players on it. It's a lot faster to work up your progression for your segments, but Jodeci's overextended.
Pero está bien, yo creo que como quiera lo cogen.
Purge also find a kill through the bottom side, so it instantly gives the numbers to Boston to reinforce their way back.
Oh, qué buena, Purge.
He's been having so many big moments in this series. Besides that map, number 1, he's been the clutch guy for Boston. Yeah, he's definitely awoken in this series at this point. 45 seconds on the clock, 4 life advantage for Boston on their defense. Insight kind of playing through vault stairs, actually catches Awakening, so he can pause the clock on B. The effort towards A is not done yet, but Snoopy may have just kind of put a nail into the coffin on the play. But the eliminations are good, and now Insight's going to try to track back, get the stack onto A. Cammy on the hunt, but can only go so far, and that's going to be an extra
Cammy.
Yeah, you want to extend time early on, just draw the attention over towards B and have them a little bit weaker on the read on that A point, and Mercules with the perfect read there. You're already showing presence on this B point, and that's dead. Big scary moment for Boston. Big win, though, from Snoopy. Keeps the pitch safe. Boston off spawn. Can get their nades down. CleanX impacted by a stun, but stays alive through the Semtex. First blood onto Snoopy is good. Purge follows up, though. And that's just all on the pitch. He's going to get a second from mid-wall, Awakening another. CleanX by himself. He does provide himself an exit, but it's a 3 life advantage for Boston. They've reclaimed territory around B. Now you just gotta take a little bit more extra space. Snoopy's going to work on a deep route all the way around the back end. Just need your AR to stay alive through the B-side street.
Ay, Snoopy.
Time this flank to perfection, but inside is never going to get caught flipping. 2 kills in favor of Ultra. They're already on the board.
Boston got a little too anxious.
Qué buena,
right there.
Perch.
Got caught on the pinch. Now they have to win the gun
Ay,
from the
creo que se acabó.
Second
Creo que
is
es
done.
GG.
Third on the way. Awakening from one side, Cammy and Snoopy from the
Toma.
other. Awakening able to find one. He
Awakening con... No, no te creo. Diablo, qué buena. Qué buena, loco. Vamos. Para el otro, vamos. Olvídate. Hardpoint, viene.
Hercules to jump in, get his team to a championship Sunday in his first LAN debut. The only other player to do that for Toronto was Charlie Hicksy. Yeah. See how things go, though. We got to get through Boston again, a map that they have loved. See what they can put together, though, as Insight finds the first blood. Catwalk control is the attempt for Boston, but not a lot of success here. Awakening able to find at least one kill, leading to Perch finding an opener over towards the con.
Diablo, qué duro.
Yeah, he's trying to come out with some fire.
Yeah, he's feeling himself, man.
No, él tiene que jugar así si en verdad quiere ganar.
Everyone weak, just setting up his teammates. Have an easier approach when they work their way back on
Snoopy no está teniendo la misma suerte que tiene. No suerte, ¿verdad? Pero momentos.
Now there's still 15 seconds to fight for, and you potentially are going to lose small.
Yeah, and that elimination from Insight will pretty much confirm that. One last charge down the pool, but Mercules is going to be a monkey wrench in that plan.
No, loco, Mercules está 5. No, no, Insight que está 5.
Trying to get a read as he waits for Kleenex to get the kill.
Ah, eso está feo, bendito.
Already off to the P2. Ultra win the rotation. They're ready for the first hit to come through the front side. Everything else is being watched. Show to see if it's going to be a nuisance. Puts himself in an off angle. At least has everyone weak. But the pressure there from Boston. At least able to contest to the front.
Yeah, decent for now. But yeah, the damage on the cross.
No está bien difícil. Diablo, mano.
To clean things up. Kleenex 4 in a row. Hits the deck. Has Joe to
see. Que este mapa para Toronto está salvaje. He visto, lo que he visto son prendidas de parte de Toronto.
The team out by flooding in from the front. There's at least neutralization of the time, but can they find the kills that matter? May not matter. Joe deceives 2 in a row, right back in the hill. Help from his teammates, and Ultra looking like they're pretty darn close to a full 60 here.
Yeah, this is not the start that you wanted if you are the breach.
Uy.
You needed to come out the gate swinging to give yourself some momentum, because now you're going over to the P3, P4 setup. You already have a couple players sitting over towards top part, but everybody else from Ultra are trapping them on their side.
Yeah, this is just, it feels just like Skyline all over again.
Ah, loco, en verdad que sí.
You've got Ultra with numbers.
Yacho, mira para allá, que prendía, loco. Esto se acabó.
Insight is 10-3, Kleenex 9-3, the OG.
Oh, no, no, no.
Here, map 4.
And this can only continue to get worse, because if you're Boston, you have to play keep away here at the P3, but you also need the spawn for that money hill at P4.
Por lo menos.
Thankfully, they're finding kills.
Algo. Por lo menos coge estos 30 puntitos.
P3, 2 players from Ultra already across the map, so you can get time here and win the roto if you just find this next hill.
Yeah, stuns and nades up to Mercules' direction. He's held down for now. His teammates getting time. I love this. What a heads-up play for Mercules. You know your teammates are going to be moving over to the street side, so you try to re-wrap back towards Art. He finds one, gives his teammates a chance. Gunfight from Kleenex. Just a little sloppy, but he stays alive. Teammates spawning a little bit deep, though. He's going to have to do more than that.
Yeah, Kleenex is going to have to finesse, and Insight also wins a one-on-one over towards Art's side, so you're already going to influence these spawns to be close on the side.
Ya, we're getting tonto.
One player is going to be out, and thankfully Awakening is
making the most of his life. 50 regresa al juego.
Catch 2 off of the cross. Insight still contesting on the backside of Art, but Ultra are right here.
Yeah, Boston are spawning all the way out. They have to hold from inside the hard point. Snoopy, Cammy, Purge looking good as we jump over to a Boston breach. Listen in.
Ah, Diores, ¿cómo? Diores cogen estos 50 fácil. Sí. No, qué bueno. Coño, Snoopy. Este chamaco se activa, esto se pone bueno. Diablo. Qué bueno.
I want to see him close. He's not. Inside close. Watch your cat. Watch your cat. Give me cat door. I got big door. Last guy.
I'm gonna go. I'm playing for cat. Can you guys get top?
Yeah. I got double doors.
Okay, got me.
Double doors already. Merc. Already double doors. Merc. Yeah.
Money.
Bien tranquilo, no es por nada.
He's weak. Now we
I need double doors, guys. He's gonna hit double doors. He's still on 3.
Yeah, one, two.
He backs up to money.
Oh, loco.
There's too many, I think.
Just focus money.
One more money, and one double doors.
Yeah, 2 left boys. I have a streak, okay? Do you want to play old?
You guys got, I'm going right already.
Okay.
I spawned to the left. I might just go to the left, bro.
Okay.
Sorry, cats, that's me, one shot, cats, that's me.
Pinch and books, Jonas Seems.
Yeah, you guys on hold too. There's only one you line. I'm playing Scott Fold.
Nice.
Contigo.
Yeah,
Okay.
He's back money in the glove corner. You guys are missing one.
Alright, let me go to me. Oh yeah, one's back up with me.
Top
Qué buena.
There's me two top then.
Yeah, mid. They could be cat.
The other palm inside, one shot. Play dead.
I blocked the back. They spawned out. They spawned out.
I'm turning, boys. You block them.
30.
Big effort through the
Ah, te queda uno.
and now making the most of the scrap time here at
Ah, qué buena.
comeback effort early.
No te creo, espérate.
Like the small talk is definitely there for Boston. Just the kills off the rotation not really working.
Luego le salió a Snoop. Vete pa'l carajo. Lo que
Still
sobrevivió.
able to find the kill. Now Boston is sort of back in this game. Gonna be down by almost 50. You need that P3 to P4 rotation again, because that's the way you got yourself back into the game, but don't allow Ultra to soak up time here. Yeah, nice little battle right there between Awakening and Insight initially, but Joe deceives play spoiler. 150 to 96. Control the hard point, convincing for Toronto. Control the left side of the map, convincing for Toronto. This is where Boston really suffered, not just in their first matchup, but also moments of concern initially here in this one. Insight, timing.
Oh, qué buena Insight. Y se la pega. Toma.
So that's 3 for Insight. Joe deceives, may get a read that there's at least
Ya, pero como quieran han cogido el punto. Oh, Awakening tuvo esa victoria.
And it's 30 seconds still to fight for here. At this P3, just need gunfights to go your way. You need Toronto Ultra to spawn behind you, but every single kill is currently
Coño, Gami. Aquí tienen que rodar y es ya. Ya, todo el mundo por medio. No, por vuelta hay uno.
Yep, Kleenex gonna watch for the long cross through pool.
Va a estar feo. Boston. Pero como ese tipo ponía afuera.
But he can actually use this as a chance to maybe even help Kleenex. So he's going to jump down through street. Kleenex, that is such a big one. And then he gets a little bit of team fodder coming through as Awakening takes out his teammate.
Ay. Nadie se va a dar cuenta.
He's incognito. He's a double agent around the back. Boston don't get the read. Joe Deceives still hanging out inside the hard point. He finds 2 somehow, and Toronto will stabilize.
That works out to perfection, because if Kleenex doesn't find a kill through top 4, at least find a double, then you're sort of aware, okay, someone's got to be behind us. But Insight goes unnoticed. Is able to set up that pitch for the double.
Aquí tienen que romper ahora mismo por el frente. Diablo.
With the pistol finding it across the map, Ultra can do no wrong.
Difícil.
Spray and pray, baby. Spray and pay. Works out nicely. Inside. Ultra almost able to find 4. One more effort maybe to finesse this if you're Boston, but Joe Deceives will shut that down. 200 to 108. Boston into the do or die moment. Here's to go back to B1.
Need to play perfect from this point on. We need to consistently find trains to the middle of the map. We need to finally win a rotation over towards P2. But you can already see you're getting aggressive. No one is hard blocking. Joe Deceives has been blessed with a free pit spawn, and he's going to make the most of it.
Gets the first. Knows he's got Snoopy isolated.
Qué partida.
Not going to work. And look at the read from Kleenex. Knows exactly where Boston are spawning. Split moment here, though, for Breach. Could make the most of it. Purge over towards the mantle inside a vault. Snoopy following up
yo pensé, anda por carajo.
numbers to get back into P1 with Kleenex, the last one left.
No coja.
You need this time with these kills.
Yeah.
Just keep on trading if you're Ultra. Play keep away as long as you possibly can.
Yo.
Find different routes to approach back to the middle side. Joe Deceives is able to find 2. Boston cannot stabilize.
Ya lo es un trade fest. Están tradeando de izquierda a derecha, todo el mundo para arriba, para abajo. Ya los están. Oh.
Me asusta Kleenex. Where they can, but they're running out of daylight. Sun setting on this tournament for the Boston Breach. As we go back to P2 and Ultra are here first, but an opener from Cammy may allow a flood to start to come through.
It's been every time. Ultra have been the team initially over towards the P2. Boston are banking on their break through the front side, but already
GG.
Ultra need 20 seconds. Space is going to be your last push.
Diablo, qué mierda. Yo quería que Boston hiciera algo.
Snoopy from the front gets one. Contest is in, but the kills still come through for Ultra. Hercules, last one standing, and of course.
Mira, está gritando el chamaquito.
For Hercules, another game-winning moment potentially for Hercules. And yep, that will do it. Ultra polished in both hard points.
Vamos allá, el chamaquito. Mira, mira.
And again, Ultra are the team to send Boston.
Diablo, espérate. Es un bobo.
Send them home with a top 6 finish. And the Cinderella story continues on. It's just
Ay, qué mierda, bendito.
see how fast they've been able to turn it around. Because their first series to start this tournament versus Miami, you came out, you won the opening.
Yo, sigue así, brother.
The map after that was a smoke show. After that,
Si no te quedas en ultra, Opti te va a llamar. Yo estoy 100% seguro. Ay, ay, ay. Ahora es que esto se pone bueno. Viene Face contra Erratic. Ya, lo están los dos equipos que yo como que la apoyaba para este torneo. Y ahora están jugando para sobrevivir. Vamos allá.
We started on Vault, and Joe, what are your thoughts on this opening map?
I mean, I think a strong map for both teams. I think for FaZe, it's one of those ones that's always been in their arsenal. For Miami, you look at the stage 1 and 2, but again, one of those
Buena, buena.
to this FaZe team. But a great start there. Celium, Abizi, they find all 4. And it's just a question of maybe a long losers run isn't a bad thing for this FaZe team. Getting them to play a little bit more, getting them out of this slump that they saw in stage 3.
Yeah, 2 and 3 in a qualifier.
Qué buena, Draza.
Playing to battle surge.
Ah, diablo, con calma.
The fourth time
Hablo, este
really
pana.
good CDL
Yo tengo el juego por 2.
Lost a loser,
O sea,
win a
bien
trial.
rápido.
Definitely some unfamiliar territory, but yeah, maybe a little smack in the face, and now maybe a run to start building things for this team again, because it felt like, I don't know, they need a reminder at the beginning of the year, right? Came out really slow. They obviously had to work on some stuff, but they've won 4 straight.
No, I mean, I was going to say, like, that little slump, I wasn't worried at all. It just feels like their mental is in such a better spot than what it's been in the past.
Yeah, it feels that way, but Heretics are trying to bounce back with their mental game as well, but here battling around the point,
Ay, ay, ay.
battling for this.
Esa granada logró entrar al punto. O lo explotó el trophy.
Here some of this time, feel good if you're Heretics because FaZe, they got a really nice P1. Looking to turn this into maybe a significant lead early. But Heretics stop it happening from now.
Ay, Dios mío, por cómo parten a metal. Está en la piscinita. Buena. Ahora empezó el juego. Uy, buena Cel, buena. Y se jodió. Yeah. Ah, estaba one shot. Diablo, loco, la pistolita la explotó.
Number 7 and Simp does, and Simp's not even going to go for it. He's going to try to go through Vault, but he's going to get taken down. So Miami, they already know they're playing that rotation heavy, then a focus, so they have spawns for P4.
I think they're trying to do similar, maybe what we saw Surge kind of do, right? Like, be okay playing from this side, just keep Heretics out of the point, turn it whatever time you can. When you find that key kill with 5 or so seconds remaining in the hard point, it's all about timing, all about timing on the flip. And that's the thought I got when you didn't see Simp push through. Maybe it's just because he had a sub in his hand, but the fact that he kind of plays for the P3 versus the push through.
Pero él está jugando bien este juego, 10-5. En verdad, este mapa siempre como que le ha gustado mucho. Ha tenido como que sus partidas malas, pero... Uy, uy. Último juego del día de hoy. El que gana aquí, pues, se asegura top 4.
Best sub duo ever. They need the best real that they're able to get. Now these are the big kills. One's going to be a team.
Entonces mañana sería el que gane de aquí contra Ultra. Y luego, pues, el que pierda de Latifi y Seattle.
You don't really have massive numbers to go, but now that's a huge one. If he's able to get a pick, now you try to flood on forward and influence the spawns. You do get a safe spawn.
A ver, ahora estás 12-6. Y te fuiste.
Yeah, I mean, FaZe, though, they're going to have to go, right? Soon. I mean, we already have 20 seconds off the clock.
Oh, diablo, qué buena la jugó. Diablo, yo creo que se alinearon. Hacho, los mataron uno a los dos bien rápido. Nah, esto cogieron hasta este punto, mano. A menos que FaZe rompa, pero tiene que romper desde el frente. Oh, bueno, ya, yo diciéndolo y... Oh, Real con 2. Ah, diablo, le dieron a bici. Uy, me pongo la cuchilla, el tipo tiene el cuchillo por fuera.
And I think that is the moment where, you know, towards the P4, when you get the hill, when you get Siempre and Beezy there, where that's where they become like the multi-kill demons, just annoying to play against.
No, loco, pa, a veces los gunfights no se ganan.
Take that momentum right into your second set here at the P1.
Miami juega bien este mapa, tienes que entenderlo. Miami es su debilidad, no. Miami es un buen mapa de Volt. Si no me equivoco, FaZe escogió el Search. Porque Miami vino de Winners. FaZe estuvo en Loser. Ahí siempre va a tener las desventajas en los Beatles. Uy, diablo, si el pana se hubiera quedado. Dándole pre-fire. Buena. Nadie cogió el punto externo primero. Ya la bici da 10-13. Necesito que sea Leon. Ay, diablo. No, por favor. Yo creo que... Ah, loco. Si yo hubiera ganado ahí, ponían al lado. 8 va a matar a 4. Después 8 mata a 1. Eso, ahí está. Ese es el Cell, vamos. Cell cogió spawn. Ya. Cogimos estos 30. Y ahora tenemos que preocuparnos de rotar. Uy, pero espérate, tampoco nos dejemos. ¡Ya, diablo! ¿Cómo pasó? ¡Pasó tan rápido! Anda para el carajo.
They've been susceptible for some slow starts. I mean, think about how many times during this qualifier they have to win.
Están rodando los dos parts.
All three of their matches, basically.
El de Volt está ahí, el de medio también está ahí.
Has not been great. Been right around 50-50 throughout the stage. We are on, yeah, slow starts, but either way.
Ay, mierda. Uy, loco, no lo vieron, no te vieron. Está bien. Ya está bueno por lo menos.
You looked at the minimap, they're controlling those P3 and P4 spawns, getting on the hill, and while they're about to hit 150 points.
Super 5 straight and fighting. Finds a jackal to work with, tries to finesse him.
Oh, Super 15-9, Real 22-15.
Get nice timing here on to draws and maybe a take more down. Streak up to 7. No Hellstorm going to be earned though. This Sip will drop him.
20 seconds, FaZe gotta go soon.
Number 7 going to be the first one. Maybe take a route. That'll be Sip that's going to try to get through. That's not going to happen. Metals is going to shut him down. Super to get one as well. And still no opening. Early over on the rotation and holding is still going to be Heretics. Early P4 setup. And there it is, outplaying FaZe.
Yeah, just out-rotating them, playing around these positions, playing their life.
Ya lo otra vez no tenemos P4. Si perdemos este punto, perdemos el juego. A menos que Draza se lleve... Nah. Ya le sobrevivió Super, vete al carajo. A ver, esto no pinta bien, loco. Bolio me dio. ¡Ah! Vete pa'l carajo. No, FaZe tiene que jugar perfecto, literal. Uy, a diablo. Face tiene que jugar hardpoint perfecto. Ay, no lo vio. No te tires. Me está cogiendo el punto. Corre. ¡Ay! ¡Ay, Dios! Izquierda. Hombre, lo escucharon, lo entendió porque disparó. ¿What? Los calabres están on point, mano. Ya los están craqueados esta gente. Uy. Epa, epa. Uy, qué buena la jugó. Le dio la vuelta al punto. Bien brutal, loco. Había uno que me confundió porque dijeron izquierda. Hombre, que la gente acabe la partidita. Diablo, Super se llevó a 2. Ay, vete por el carajo. Ay, ay, ay. Diablo, brother. Ya es que Salion está negativo. Avisi está negativo también. Todo el mundo está negativo. Draza es el único positivo y usualmente cuando esto pasa es al principio. Sí, no hay break. ¿Qué pasó ahí? Avisi tiene que estar bien mordido. Bien mordido. Después de eso tiene que estar bien mordido. Avisi tiene que estar bien mordido después de eso. Es decir, yo estamos perdiendo contra esta gente. No puede ser. Ya se acabó. GG. Vete pa'l carajo. Espérate. Yo no estoy justo con el live Gravity por si acaso.
Well, the good thing is I lied. Dealership's map 5. I don't see a game 5 this weekend.
That's true. You were just trying to speak it into existence. Get a little ahead of yourself. But okay, might have a pause.
No tenemos que ganar esto.
Producer for a second.
Te digo desde ya. Si nosotros no ganamos el search.
PC, audio, controller.
Pero el primer mapa lo escogió Heratic. El segundo fue Face, que fue Protocol, porque Heratic de seguro va a coger dealership. Y con... No vi cuál control era, pero el control debe ser Bolt de Heratic, al menos que Face haya baneado
But I mean, I guess when you talk about protocol search, yeah, one of the go-tos for Face. Search
yeah, 100%. That makes way more
Pero loco, ¿cómo va a ver el...?
I was like, that's an incredible opening 2 maps for Heretics.
I could also just see, like, Crowder just picking dealership.
Yeah, right? Like, oh, screw it, dude.
Yeah, throw it in there. Just pick These guys have been idiots today, so I'm going to make them play this map.
But a look at how our bracket is gone. Heretics lose earlier today. Honestly, if you haven't been watching every second of the broadcast, you might have missed it, because that series is about 40 minutes long for Steve's. Faye's been waiting to play today.
Voy a ser sincero, Gravity. No quiero quedar solo. No es nada contra tuya.
3-0 stop, though, as Heretics take the map 1.
Pero ahorita voy a jugar. Me prometí Tito que iba a jugar. Puedo aprovechar este tiempito para estar acá.
I think the big story of the tournament, though, is just how far ahead both Thieves and Surge have looked. But we'll have that winners final tomorrow.
No, gracias por la invitación, bro.
Okay.
Bueno, empezamos mal. No queremos que avise sea el First Blood. Queremos que él haga el First Blood.
Now a 3v4 offensive attempt for FaZe, and we'll see how they opt to play this.
I mean, you are already rotated if you're Miami, right? You shut down top middle. And it's just sort of, I bet they go,
ya lo todo el mundo ahí. Qué buena, sí. Ay, Dios, está bien. Ay, se llevó a 2. Buena. Ay, esto está feo. Mierda.
Yeah, but you just see this position.
Hey.
Does anyone have a nade? Doesn't look like it on Draws' side, so just locking him in. When are you going to overpeak? A little pop-up, some damage in, but great headshots out of Super.
Yeah, I think they both gets similar damage done, reposition from draws, and extended 1v1. Draws is impatient. He's like, I'm gonna go. I'm taking this fight. Let's go, rookie.
Oh, vete por carajo. Diablo, lo perdió.
Versus one, and Heretics on the board.
What did I tell you one of the first times we watched Super play? I was like, this guy just looks so annoying to play against. Like a Spanish cell.
Yeah.
Every single gunfight looks tough. He has great
Está feo.
He's very patient. And that was another example of it. In the 1v1, Draws lives for those, but Super 3 in the round puts his team up 1-0.
I was wondering, is someone gonna run out of ammo? Like, what's this gonna come down to? But a crazy opening round.
Ya el chamaco se llevó a 3.
Double might be enough, but Super answers with 2, closes it out with the 1 versus 1, gets 3 in the round, and we'll stick with his POV to start. Him versus Cell will probably be a fun gunfight.
Real's already here.
Surprise!
Cool.
I mean, this is just wide open. Nobody picks up Sidewalk or even realizes that it's open. But you're gonna get another first blood. Real, he is out.
Able to get away. 4v3 advantage again.
Qué buena.
And then it's gone. It's Simp with another double that makes
Ay, loco,
things
pensé que se le iba a llevar también. Vámonos, uno.
Yeah, we saw this last stage with FaZe. Like, they have some openings where they'll just get blooded, and you're like, man, they just look sloppy. And then once it comes to the A bomb site, I just feel like that's where they want this map to happen.
Quisiera hablar de la vida en que quedó. La vida sí estaba casi, macho. Yo que está one shot de ahí.
Whereas so many teams feel like working B so much more. Like, let's get the fight to A as often as we can. But this is Simp. His 2. The difference there.
Ay, ay.
But that's not the case. Teammates able to ice up. Now
Está bien, por lo menos.
Super, Simp leading the way on opposite sides of this.
Ya, diablo.
The fight today, once again, we're going to square up. But the bodies are here for Heretics. They want this fight. It's going to be a BZ. Not going to be any kind of follow-up. And now, what do you do?
Vayan, vayan, súbanse. 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 Vámonos. Vámonos.
Someone's got to go first. But yeah, BZ. He hits the nade, so he's like, they're weak. Somebody follow me up, but doesn't happen. You're going to have another zip line.
Suban, suban.
Spot 2 bomb already being planted at B.
Loco, qué buena. ¿Quién es que está dando la vuelta? Metals. Eso sí fue la jugada. Sí, van a poder ver a Draza aquí. Oh, pero Simple está jugando súper bien. Está por el zipline. Lo van a ver. Oh, qué partida, diablo.
Yeah, I was hoping we were going to see that POV as Simp, but yeah, he was the playmaker for him, right? Draws is just trying to waste time at the helicopter. He ends up getting picked pretty early. In Simp, I think he just probably stopped shooting, right? One of those.
Snap into the next player.
Snap into the next player. Not going to make excuses for him, but yeah, he did get smoked. Great shots for Metals.
No, I imagine that's what it was, but still, yeah, great snapper there. Out of Metals. And still it comes out to, I don't know, the communication with the BZ, like what the plan is there.
Yeah, just he hits his name just a step ahead.
Uy, ahora sí el stage está lleno.
That's for sure. And to be fair, I mean, you had the crossfire, you had the bodies there for Heretics, so it might have been just a blender had you pushed it. Metals loves this.
Buena granada.
Sempto with the first blood. Finally, I mean, really the first time you've had numbers.
¿Por qué lo plantó de ese lado?
Your phase. Plant now.
¿Cuál es el plan?
We'll see if Heretics could take a 3v4 round.
Yeah, last round it was Simp kind of
Arrancarse ahí por zipline, ¿verdad?
That number 3 under the zip line. Well, it's going to be a big spiral retake. Just Raza,
Ay,
check this.
No te lo vas a esperar.
Open. I love this. Rentor staying patient. Can he find multiple? Not going to find multiple, but that is a ton of info. Quickly traded out by Sal. You would think, but no, it is not. You chow that now into a 2-on-2.
Oh, diablo.
Get slammed. Heretics.
Ay, ay, ay.
Continues to roar. Now up 3-1.
And I mean, you're just thinking Sal's going to get it from the trade. I didn't realize he was up top. I thought he was at spiral. But yeah, he flies on out and super peaks to take down Cell.
Yeah, he waits a good 5 seconds before he shoots. For a second, I was like, well, you let him get that nade off. I hope he doesn't hit that nade and maybe cause a disruption, but that won't be the case. Good patience and trigger discipline there. Out of Rancor.
So it's what, 2 3v4s now in a row.
On face, on.
And what the phase round went a 3v4 as well. So 3v4s all over the place. BC.
Yo creo que el plan es jugar agresivo.
Won't really call this one 3v4 because Wrangler gets one at the same time. So into a 3 versus 3. BC already holding Spiral. It'll back a player up. Bomb plant is in.
Oh, diablo. Diablo, qué mierda.
Numbers to Heretics on the retake. Sims multi-kill.
Nadie va a saber.
Can he find another here? He's probably going to need to. There's the first. Can't get away, though. All on to Draws now. Metals is on it. Teammate is holding. Halfway there. Draws has got to go. Gets info. He's on it. Wins the first. Wins the second.
No, despusió.
It's already done. It's already done. Bomb defused. Miami wins the round.
Instantly picked up by Metals.
Diablo, mano.
And Draws nearly with a 1v2 clutch after coming up a little short on one earlier. What in the round one? Heretics up 4-1.
Cójonate, grasa. Cójonate.
And the guy you have relied on all year to be consistent, that number 8 Cell, he is 0-5 trying to get on the board. Not a great map one either.
Yeah, Crota is somewhere you expect him to find his kills, yeah?
Diablo, ya están aquí, rápido.
This in towards A. It's not going to be what's happening here. It's a B-side setup for Heretics. It's a clean plan in for them. Another difficult retake position for
Cuidado, pues.
BC waiting on the nade to hit, and it does. Perfect teamwork there to find the opener, but you've thrown away a couple of 4 versus 3. Maybe not going to happen here, though, as they start to push it out. Sim, with his multi, that seems to be the only way you're
buena.
around with.
Ey, Celion con uno. Vamos. Vamos, ya saliste el tercero, papá.
Now within a couple of rounds, trying to slow down this run from Heretics.
Yeah, and probably some rounds you feel like you should have won, right? With the numbers advantages that you've had, some big plays. Draws almost clutching that up, but staying alive. And well, that reminds me of last event at the major, right? Versus Surge a couple of times. Their retakes at B were so darn good.
We're gonna see it one more time how close the defuse was in the previous round. Draws slides out, has to take that gunfight first.
Ay, yo
my
mismo.
God, it is close. It is close. Maybe a bullet or two after the defuse goes through. A 4-2 advantage now for Heretics. Heavy A-side push for FaZe again. This time Heretics not with all the bodies here. There was like a 4-stack last time they attempted this. This time seems FaZe were able to get in, get trophies down, maybe get a clean plan in, but pausing it for a second.
And you already have 2 players through. They both went through platform. Let's be Metals in Real. Well, it's another car. It's another car. I think that weakens up Cell. Well, it looks like he dealt with it. So he was ready for it. Bomb planted. Where do Miami go?
Looks like it's going to be a big hit through front door. They try to triple chow Cell. Draws able to get one. Cell's able to finesse. Asks for the help from
qué bueno.
slide from Real.
Y se llevó el segundo.
Sim Cell now after clutching the 2 versus 3. Cell not winning it all on Sim, not gonna get it.
Diablo, loco. No puedo creer que Real se llevó el segundo también.
And this is where I feel like these rounds is where Cell has been so good on the year. Just finessing, winning close range fights. But the 2 from Real, Spiral side, get them back in the round.
Got a second, maybe Draws is engaged with somebody else.
Yeah, he's probably looking the other way.
Because the first fight, I mean, he's got a great slide. I figured the first player was on a BC or whoever was. Got a great slide on him, but
A ver.
let's see this again.
I think it's behind a nade, right? Abizi's weak.
Pum,
No,
pum,
he's not
pum,
even
pum,
weak.
pum,
Wins it.
pum,
Yeah,
pum.
Draws is looking Spiral.
Yeah, yeah.
Ay, lo que me gusta a tiempo. Hey, chamo, que iba a morir.
Just say he was in another fight. I figured he had to be. Regardless, incredible stuff from Real, now a round away. Our Heretics from a 2-0 edge. Just, you gotta love it, dude. Young players, that series you had earlier today, just brush it off and get to business. Real should be caught, let's say. They've got a presence here, but
No, por nada, pero.
Metal gets one. Can Metal get out with his life? The answer to that is no. So 3 versus 2 for FaZe, but sometimes the numbers advantage has not mattered for FaZe.
No, and again, like they're defending B well. They're forcing them inside of A. That's if we see another offense, what Miami's gonna have to do. That's what FaZe's game plan is. But the A executes just have not been going the way that we normally see from FaZe.
Oh, they certainly haven't.
Okay.
Wait a second. Okay.
Ah.
Wait a second. I thought that got real wild. We were hopping POVs and it was a circus.
Yeah, the team kill, right? They slides right in front of him. Luckily, Cell was nearby, just able to catch. Rencore before he gets in a spiral.
Pum.
Oh, yeah. Just able to. Yeah. That was real close from him maybe being out. We have another crazy 1 versus 1. This time for the other rookie of Heretics to clutch. Slowly. Try to bring this one back. And yeah, I mean, you're thinking of your phase, like we could have won this already. I mean, we've had an advantage in 4 rounds we've lost.
And they'll probably just go right back to A because they're getting the bomb down. They're getting into their setups.
They're even getting a blood in some of these scenarios and still losing the round.
Now they're going to try to maybe switch up the pace. Someone's getting very aggressive. That's going to be Real. And Real's going to find the opening. Now he is finessing through the doors, through the zip line, shooting at Ghost, but they are here. They're trying to hunt just to not find the second player. But look how forward you are if you are Heretics. You know bomb is down.
¡Oh, qué buena! Bici le dispara al cuerpo.
Doesn't matter if you know.
Yeah, no, BC has no business getting 2 there.
Ellos están perdiendo. No me importa, voy a disparar el cuerpo.
Metals 1 versus 3. Retake towards B.
Ay, con calma.
Uy,
ya bici con 3 en esa Honda.
Might be an ace for a BZ.
¿Verdad? Yo creo que se llevó el primero también.
Might get all 4 in that round. Maybe that is the spark for FaZe. We have seen some big comebacks from them on this map. Chance to do it again.
Quiero ver eso. Sí, eso es lo que quiero ver.
Yeah, so he gets Real. He was the trade, and then snap on the rent.
Zoom.
Yeah, super.
Super missed his first 8 bullets.
Yeah, right into that trash can.
Yeah. All right, well, maybe you can get away with that if you're a FaZe player, but shooting bodies when you're down 5-3 is demonic stuff.
Vamos, FaZe. Una Honda más.
Keeping you in it. Damage into Real, backing him up.
Yeah, he's hoping that trophy covers him. Just a little short.
They're going fast at a BZ, right back to it. 5 straight for him.
But I think that push stalls all because of that nade. That sets up a BZ for that play.
They get in, they get out. Back it up.
No, a ver. En verdad la ha ido súper bien como son agresivos, pero tienen que bajarle un poco porque pues están en una ronda de ganar. A bici. A bici con 7. Uy, vamos por ronda 11, vamos allá. Vamos.
They do not go away.
A BZ takeover map. Holy.
Well, the Tiny Terrors, they have been human throughout this stage, especially in the respawn, but coming alive in map 2.
Got Super, 1,400 damage on his side. Just passing that is a BZ.
No, Honda 11.
7 straight for a BZ. 3 straight rounds.
¿Tiene racha? Yo no sé si lo llaman. ¿No tiene racha? Yo creo que no.
Round 11 protocol. Heretics for the 2-0 edge. FaZe to square things up.
Ah, verdad, está atacando.
Info on the cross.
It's a 3 outer strat, right through platform. The zipline is given up, so you'd see number 5 in Draza. He's worried someone's already through. That's going to be Real. Near that A site will be Sim.
Con calma, Draza, con calma.
But do they know Real is here? He has been lurking. Feels like they know it's an idea. Is a BZ's on the hunt.
Uy, está bien.
8 in a row.
¡Vamos!
Sell with another. It's a Miami collapse, or is it? Metals.
¿Qué tú vas a hacer?
Trying to bring it back.
Ay.
Yeah, BZ's like, I'm unkillable. Unkillable. 8 straight on 13. Pressure, though, to draws.
He just gets the info. The bomb is being planted.
Ay, gracias.
Super get to the back statue. Can't get away.
El último está allá, ya lo vieron. Ay, loco, no, pensé que se mató. Buena, vamos. Vamos. Diablo, vete para el carajo. Qué buena partida. Loco, él no murió nunca, ¿verdad? No, papi, a bici no, papi, no. No, papi, no. Vete para el carajo, ¿cuántos kills se hizo? Ay. Vete para el carajo. Ha sido el mejor search que yo he visto. de ambos equipos.
They had so many 4v3s that they threw away. But the fact you're able to clutch up there, and that's just part of the ice that comes with being Atlanta FaZe. Having these players, all the championship Sundays you have made it to. They're not out of this series yet because they still don't look great. But man, that was a comeback. Abizi does though.
Diablo, de pa'l carajo.
Reminder, he is the S&D god because that was.
Yo quiero ver cuántos kills tenía.
I mean, his duo is right behind him with double digits. Just so many multi-kills early for
Super
Sim.
is just like, bro, it's not for a trash can. We win this map rounds ago.
Yeah, we might have done it. I mean, yeah, they played well. And then in that round 11, tried to set up Real. Right, he was always been the lurker since they added him last year. Just like, they read that play.
No, he got spotted. Like, when he saw them, bottom computers, like, they saw him, and you saw BZ just kind of playing for that. It's just a timing thing. It is. I thought Dravy Draws, it was either going to get caught or it was going to be, he found a timing through. BZ just won the gunfight. He had the close range sub and able to win it. Unbelievable. Desk, chat through that one. Holy hell.
8 first blood seems to be the difference here, but it was Miami taking advantage of, I guess, being down a man, but just playing together early. Break down the search and destroy for me, Study. How has Atlanta now done this twice? Second round 11 steal.
These guys are just unreal in this mode specifically. Like, they have been lackluster in hardpoint. Their control is 50-50, but S&D they can always rely on. And I feel like when you are playing against Atlanta in this mode, you need to be able to put them away. You were up 5-2. We start taking way too many risks. We're taking space, giving up our life for free, and then that's when you're allowing Abizi to just dictate the game. Like, he's unreal when he's getting into that flow state.
When you're up against a team like Atlanta FaZe, you got to put them out.
Drop these loaders on me, Unc.
This is how I'm looking at Real right now. Listen, runs up on their defensive round, gets a great position, finds a blood. And then he is so hungry for the two-piece that he's just running around up top, takes the zip. Got to get out with your life there. And you saw the rest of the players on their team trying to get pushed up and play around him off of that energy. And then Abizi's like, wait, I can do it too, and just guns you to bring them back into the game. Like, that is a Miami win. You have done so much work throughout that one. You hate to see them go away because this Atlanta FaZe team, you give them an inch, they're taking a mile.
You should.
Big surprise is Miami.
The meta has shifted. It's been a little more. You feel right the year. They won 2 obviously.
Enough.
Yeah. Heretics, though, the other side of this, like, you've just got to bounce back. You threw one away. You let one slip. However you want to phrase it. They want to answer back, and they're going to need this home crowd behind them, but it's Sim, actually.
Oh, vamos, Sim, calienta tú también. Vamos, ponlo a dormir.
2-0 start for Sim.
Well, he's going to get on this B point, but really the player I'm looking at for FaZe is Cell. He turned it around, has not had a great series. You do not say that often, but was that the spark you needed in that map too?
Buena.
Good 3-0 start from him.
And also, just back to that map, like, listen, we got to gas it easy. He ends on 8 straight, but they got there because of Sim. A couple of round ones were his multi-kills. He didn't have like the prettiest stat line like a BC maybe, but the Tiny Terrors have been doing it together for a long time, and they continue to. Good test though. Sim not taking that gunfight. Good gunny there from Metals. Now Drazza from the top rope will get one. A big one-on-one. It's a BC that'll keep a presence here. And this is big one-on-one because what? He can pause the clock.
La granada.
Here,
Boom.
but spawning out all the way over towards Rock and P2. Will be FaZe trying to battle back.
And this is where I felt, because on the year they're 8-3, but in this stage they're 1-2 on this map. And I think what they did early on Hasi better than anyone is their ability to stay alive on that B point and buy enough time for their attack to work. But throughout this stage, I think that's where they've struggled. It feels like that one player just hasn't finessed their life enough. They're not winning enough gunfights near that platform.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, dude, defense's push in general is so tough. It's so tough. I'm pausing it again here, though. It'll be the Tiny Terrors. And into the fray they go. Can simplify the multi he can, so they'll take that.
Oh, y se llevó el tercero.
You gotta be kidding me. Nice pick out of the window, second tick done.
And that's just a great example of it. I mean, you had 2 dead. Miami, everybody pushes on up, but they somehow get through. They're starting to work the B point. It might come down to the last player again. And well, it is Sim. He has been here for a long time. He just had no help whatsoever.
It's like, boys, can we get one?
One, yeah, please.
Can we get one? Under 30 to go, and they've cleared all that work onto the 3rd tick. Probably the last push in, even in lives, starting to build it from Boathouse. Working. Got through the secret side of it.
Y se tiró, ¿lo viste?
Will be a BZ. He's going to drop. It's going to be on Sim again to make the play. He's got Cell here to help him out. And Cell is helping. Halfway to that last tick. BZ gets one well side off the spawn. Simp trying to finesse his
¡Ayuda!
life. Are you going to send more bodies
El
out? They're going to
punto,
send more
Cel.
at this. Real with a big win. The other two seemingly lining up, and that will be the minute extension.
Es el minuto.
Minute 15 now to go. Last body up towards the point will be a BZ.
Que Search, todavía estoy impresionado con el Search.
Can't wait long.
Yes, you think he's going to win, but he gets on the point. Metal's able to find him, so now 8 versus 8. But you have the minute, and that's all. Do the objective worked over towards B, just stalling the clock. Big props to Simp. And Cell to get done with that.
No, no es por nada, pero loco, le están pegando los tiros bien salvajes. Echa para atrás, sí, papá.
Reinforcement from the well side. Some big gunfight wins. Lives-wise, we're 6 versus 6, 45 to go. So more than likely, we're going down to lives. Every gunfight so big. Super wins one. Simp wins one. Back and forth they go. They're all swinging on Real. Best of luck with this. Can he get a kill?
He's got help with
kill, or can he get help? Help is there. Help is getting close.
Oh, no. Gracias. Ay.
All on to Super in the back. 2 versus 4. He's going to fall now to Real. 1v4. You'd love to leave him up and get another tick if you can.
Ay, loco, me asusté por un segundo.
So what, 4 ticks?
And that's just a man advantage that you get if you are phased. Because Super, he chows top open by his lonesome. There's nobody following him up for the trade. But, I mean, you're kind of set up for that push, right? You have 2 players in a position.
Eso quedó salvaje. ¡Pum! Ventana. Top.
POV to get done with B.
Well, that, I think, was the first time. They didn't finish it then. That's when they got really close. And then, but that play is why they had a chance in the round. 100%, but it was him and Cell a little bit later, I think, that actually closed out the point, but at least I think so. That's the one that got real close, right? And they retook. Still a brilliant play out of him. 9 kills on the attacking side. Now we'll see maybe still on their backs after that search and destroy. Trying to shift the momentum, trying to shift the venue, the fans, back into their side. Metal's looking to eat, and he's been great in this particular matchup, but he's going to be put into the blender and spun around like a ballerina as the Tiny Tears get right back to work.
Yeah, this is the worry from that map, too, if those 2 got going.
Well, I mean, that should be, I think right now with where this Heretics team is, it feels like the form of Super and Rancor, you can go toe-to-toe with Dross and Cell. The advantage for FaZe should be in the SFG, 100%. That was not the case in the map 1. Obviously, in the map 2 it was, and maybe we'll see if that's how it plays out here. But
buena.
That should be where you're eating.
That feels that way, too.
Ay, buena.
Yeah, Simp with another. He's 14 and 7. BZ right behind him at 9 and 6. You're all off a spawn. Metals with a heads-up play, maybe to just lurk, but with those fences, allows a tiny
Dios mío. No, Dios mío, si te lo mato, me va a costar el mid.
Oh, guess what? You killed a BZ? Well, I'm here, too.
Esta
Just
gente.
like him.
Yeah.
Vete pa'l carajo.
Early on for FaZe. Body, though, onto the point for Heretics. Remember, a similar position for FaZe. Maybe not down as many lives, but they had a lot of work to do with very little time to do it. Heretics need to do something similar, but Sip is just in kind of flow state right now. Just frying them. Same as can be said for a BZ. Just taking over this one. There has not been an opening anywhere. It has been the search and destroy. It has been the control of this stage for FaZe that is, the reason they got to a winner's bracket start at least.
Diablo.
And they're doing it again here. That's been the recipe for victories. Lose map 1, win 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, if we have another screenshot, I mean, if you go back and look, it's 6-5, then a 3-0, then a 10-point hard-point win in map 4.
Yes, no, their map 4 win is literally always within
10
20 points. If you talk about at least this stage.
Diablo, vete pa'l carajo. Qué juego, loco. El primer juego, como estaban diciendo, no fue lo más cerca, pero hacho, el Search fue lo mejor.
It's going to be the Heretics to extend this and win another hard point. But hold up. Not there yet. And that's going to be the hard point pick for FaZe. You think about their run throughout Major 2 to their win. Hard point on Hacienda was a massive part of why they won that tournament. Heretics, though, they're thinking about the reverse sweep here within the control. They need a good break off. So far, so good. Then maybe not so good. Well, okay, we go 2 for 2.
Yeah, but the opening towards B is there. At least put somebody on it. You don't even see that player if you are Simp.
It looks insane.
But a nice rotation there from Super and Real.
Ay, yo pensé que lo iba a matar.
Nice slide and cuts down draws. They try to work out from secret. Sim's kind of had his own little war on the other side of the map. He's just been like a 1v2 over here, rock side. And okay, I thought for a second maybe coming away with that, but trying to divert forces over there.
Esta ronda no ha sido como que la más clean del mundo, pero...
They haven't been able to do really what
Ahí se la
they
pegó.
did in round
No.
one, like kind of constant pressure onto B, lots of pause in the clock. Haven't been able to do that. It's been a better defense from Miami Heretics.
Yeah, you had your chance early, right? There was a 2-for-2 off the break, and you saw they wanted to get towards that B point. They just got cut down, especially that kill from Super onto Sip.
Sheesh. Nice win from Abizi. Next opportunity on the point, of course, is Abizi with one, Sip with one, cutting them down and finding openings, and they want to cut over towards B. That's going to be the play call. Draw's able to get another. You've got numbers here. You've got massive numbers here. Holding the outer push is going to be Cell. That is a clean volley of kills.
Aquí tienen el control. Al menos que el pana por el... Oh, shit. Qué buena hacerlo, le diste.
My worry is if you lose this fight, you might just lose the map.
Yeah, they're gonna go for it. One player does hit outer. I think Super does enough, so you can see everybody now gonna fight Rockside off of spawn.
Okay, enough that you can't just cleanly get that.
Exactly.
Yeah. That almost did exactly what I was worried it was, though. A little bit of a risk there when you take one more hit. Minutes ago, though, 2 life advantage for FaZe now. Should be a calm. I say should be a calm over to Seth. There's one coming his way. The streak continues now for Abizi. He's out to 5 in a row.
It's 3 dead. Real last man. See what he can find. He's gonna play for the spawners, but he's gonna get cut down. Another chance for FaZe to win.
6 straight.
No, la Abizi está jugando brutal en este juego. No sé cómo fue el primero, pero... Control y search. A otro nivel.
And then he'll come right back and shove the barrel of his gun down your throat. 5 lives remaining for Heretics. Massive advantage for FaZe. Bodies stacking it. No respawns left. The lives won't matter. The map is
Diablo. Qué prendía.
This is how they've done it. 2, 3, and 4 have been the maps lead to their victories throughout the qualifier, and are looking to do it again here. Heretics now are going to rely on Aussie hardpoint getting into a dealership. They get to map 5. You feel pretty good about their chances.
Yeah, you thought this was a big sort of mental test after the loss to Thieves. You come out hot. And here's just...
Ya lié Hacienda, loco.
You got beat 40 minutes. You just like laugh that off in a way. Like we got our asses kicked. What is there to talk about? Like we did not show up and play our game at all. We got destroyed. But the map 2 is, wow, what do you do?
Yeah, let's see if they can bounce back here on this Hacienda hardpoint. Get this to that map 5. Yeah, dealership is there. They have been so strong on it. But can we get there?
Can we get there? We get there. This is going to be a banger. All-timer. Okay, I'm just relying on how the map 2 went. That map 2 search was insane. Maybe more of that on dealership. But can we get there? Come on, Heretics. Get us to a map 5. Get this home crowd, hometown, fired up.
Hacho, te está pompeado. Vamos. Vamos a ver si Gerati puede forzar el juego número 5 o FaZe acaba esto y nos vemos el domingo.
We're going to start with the young gun, just controlling top open. But I think you got to see, can you rely on the subs to do just that? Maybe just slow down the tiny tears, just not allow those multi-kills to come through as often as they have the last couple of maps.
Yeah, it's just they need a strong start, right? They need one. They need a strong start because you did not get to bounce back at all in that control.
Es bueno, loco. Mató a Abizi,
so far,
nice.
So good. As they've got P1 control, P2 spawn control, not a single point in for FaZe. Got FaZe spawning out where you want them.
Yeah, you already have Metals watching well. There's going to be a player there. That was Sim, so he's cut down.
Ah, Diablo.
Long route guy who is in that position. But you're 5 seconds away from P2 popping up, and you're like at the 50-yard line. You are going to find 1 kill. Rencor should spawn safe with P2 spawning. He does. So great start here for Miami.
It's just sometimes where FaZe have struggled, like the P1, P2 on this particular map. They bring it back on the P3 and 4. We've seen this a billion times. And I feel like it's a P2, they get their closeouts more often than not for the map, but This is where they're trying to improve. And this
No,
is
quieres
where
romper por el
Heretics
frente.
are trying to take
Epa.
advantage.
Oh, Real with a big pinch. He finds the opening. Well, he's going to tuck them apart. Finds the IR.
Beautiful.
All three.
Lo llevó a los tres,
Great
mano.
stuff.
Me la
And
jugó
the
súper
spawns
bien.
will flip due to what Simp is doing, but it doesn't really matter. 25 seconds left.
Sure.
You take this all day.
Sure, absolutely. Even if
Qué
you
buena,
lose,
Simp. Diablo, Simp hizo todo, loco. Ay,
even
loco.
more power to you if you get the time
Ay,
and the
Metals.
rotation. Metal's gonna be the last body at it. Teammates off a spot to rotate. This is all gravy. Beautifully done from Heretics. Need to come out swinging this.
Ah, bien, aguantó 8-10 segundos.
So now, for Face, this is
No hay
where
rotación, no
this
hay
is where you
nada,
need
che,
your time.
estamos en la
3 and 4 is
mierda
where you
aquí.
find more of your success. They were out-rotated, out-gunned, out everything in the map 1. They got to turn it on here.
Yeah, I think that's a key. I mean, they have played so much around rotations throughout this year, and they're just losing them.
Acá, pero ¿por qué? Pero,
Not the break team of the past, not able to do it. Rancor and Heretics shut it down.
sí,
Real
loco, no
out to a
entendí por qué
9-4
hicieron
start
todo
as
eso.
well. And this Heretics team behind their powerhouse
Bueno.
ARs, when they get early setups,
Bueno,
they
de
are
frente,
just
por lo que veo que va a funcionar todo el tiempo.
For Face, you see to flip the script. Yeah, you gotta flip it. You can't be constantly trying to break against the likes of Super and Rancor and allowing Real to get space and find routes, find openings.
Hacho, rota la piedra, por
As he's
favor.
doing right now, as Super holds the back line, 100 to 15.
Now look to the mini-map. The first player there, it's going to be Metals. And well, Rentor's going to pick up the pinch. Simp was trying to find the opening. Nice win there by Abizi and Cell. But still, Rentor has a presence here. And you're just, I mean, delaying this. You love this if you are Miami once again at the hill first. 100-point lead just like that.
Anda el diablo.
They all line up. They're like on top of each other there. So it works out beneficially for FaZe. And this has probably been their best hard point, P4, on this particular map. That's usually where they're at their strongest. They've got to be right now. Because if this went the way of Heretics, I mean, this map is basically done. They're still winning.
Buena, buena,
a
Cell.
couple of multi-kills come through for the FaZe
Uy,
side.
uy.
Next break opportunity for Heretics, though, is here. They're just trying to contest what they can. Don't allow any kind of rallying cry from the Atlanta FaZe boys.
Yeah, there was a chance on that first push because Real, he never died, so he was just sort of lurking. Trying to set that up. It comes down to a 1 versus 1. Cell was able to win it, so they did the rest of the time. Stay in the game.
Ya, diablo, le dio todo el mundo.
All right, second rotation upcoming. Heretics, keep doing what you're doing. Brilliant first set of hard points. FaZe now want to kick it into another gear. They have been getting dominated. This second rotation has got to be better. We're going to a map 5. Down 70, FaZe is fighting. Let's go to comms with Atlanta FaZe.
He ran away.
Oh, mierda. Oh, ah. Ah, super contré. Oye, espérate, ¿quién me pone atrás? Necesitamos estos puntos obligados. Oh. Ay, Dios, mano. Bueno. Necesitamos estos 20. Ay, mierda. Bueno. Déjalo, loco, perdimos. Tenemos spawn, tenemos todo.
Let's go, Sky. Let's go, Sky.
I'm dark. I'm seeing Sky.
I saw him. Close right.
One shot dead.
Ya, lo loco, Rencor está. Siempre que lo veo, mano, siempre se está llevando dos.
Yeah, they're getting destroyed. Honestly, it reminds me a lot of map number 1. There's some break opportunities, but then someone's finding a multi-kill. Rencor does a great job staying alive there. You were waiting on a BZ to go. And well, his
literalmente es piedra o nada. Pues dicen que este mapa solo en piedra es donde ya están súper bien.
They didn't get to this position through their hard point. This qualifier, it has been the control, it has been the search. But wow, Heretics look far out in front. And the hard points within this series, still up 100 points. Yeah, there's still a chance for FaZe to make this run. It starts here with the P4. You can get back within chomping distance if you get the hold. Next break, though, chance is here. And it might be alive and well. Metals, 1 versus 1. Cell gets underneath.
¡Ay, qué buena, loco! Yo no sé cómo tú ganaste eso.
Still, the closer spawn comes in for Heretics. You're able to fight right back in.
Bueno.
I thought Cell did enough to win that. Maybe enough to keep it scrappy. But the
Ya, pero
flood is
como
there.
quiera.
Heretics play
Vete
so
pa'l
fast. And Metals
carajo.
off spawn gets 2 again. Get to 3.
And these are the sort of plays that we're used to FaZe doing on this hill. Got a glimpse of it from Celium. He's playing well, but again, it's just like everybody else struggling. We're just not getting a team effort from FaZe and Hardpoint.
No, I mean, it's so much like the map 1. You just look at it statistically.
Ya, las quedrazas también está negativo, ahí sí también.
And they specified.
They went 5 out.
Yeah, they absolutely might with the way these two have looked. Into our 3rd set now. Super trying to battle to clear a BZ out of the objective.
Buena, BZ. Necesitamos todos los puntos posibles ahora mismo.
Only 23 points needed for Heretics. And I want to say this is one of those where it just feels like a matter of time. Like, one little break, Heretics get this done. But just how the map 2 went, even though it's a very different mode, I'm like, it's not counting one out yet. Who the hell knows?
Qué buena, Draza.
FaZe might pull off something insane.
That is, yeah, I mean, I guess it could happen. You know, if it's going to happen on a map, it'd be a map like Hacienda. They're going to flip them.
Yeah.
Ok.
They're going to flip them.
Ok, yo, esto está bien.
I think Miami
Oh,
won a
no,
challenge.
ese
That is
kill.
going to be the call. You would love
ese
to
sí
have this
avisa.
time.
Sí,
And Metals, he's
mano.
going to win that gunfight now. That's going to force Celium to reposition, deal with him. This should give
No, hay alguien,
Miami maybe a
alguien.
chance to break
Buena.
this early.
Oh, qué
See if
buena.
they can do it. Maybe the first time you're set up early if you're FaZe. Like, not been the case at P2 at all. Draws has got trophy in for coverage. Gun up to fight.
Buena, Draza.
Down 80.
Ay.
That is tough. Car's gonna explode. At least Draws gets a kill. Cell able to hold Zig as well. ID maybe stop shooting there. At least a reality two.
Buena, sí. Está bien, te llevaste a uno.
Somehow snaps to get another, but once it always feels like there's another player for Heretics, and just like the P4, it's just a closer spawn is enough. Now 10 needed for the win. Real back and battling inside the point at 28 and 18.
Ay, qué ópera, mano.
It is a game 5
We're going that way. Here we go, baby.
Miami take us there.
Finally!
Ay, 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 me cago en nada. Ay, esto sí va a estar feo. Dios, estoy temblando, loco. Ay, me cago en nada.
Just one more work's done. This maybe is one multiple. They've got their multiple, but they're trying to again cement themselves as the greatest. And wow, an insane year this year. Mike
Vamos para allá.
Trying to
Hasta el momento.
spoiler dealership map 5.
Vamos, FaZe, vamos.
Loser is done. Winner into Big Championship Sunday and into a top 4.
Well, I'm kind of looking at this guy, right? Because it just feels like in Search and Destroy, they try to set him up. And maybe he's found his opening. They're trying to go for nades.
Oh, my God.
He's going to find one.
Ah, simple Dios. Diablo, loco, ¿cómo perdió eso?
Bro, he caught them both with their nades in their hand. Whoever was the second player with a nade that just got out of that, bro. Holy hell, that was nearly the perfect timing for Real. But hey.
Ah, diablo, todo el mundo.
Got the info.
Their turn. I mean, this is a triple flank. 25 seconds. You have to go quickly if you're FaZe. This is going to take a lot of time.
They're fleet of foot.
There's the reposition.
Here they go. They just got all the info they're backing up, and now time, even bigger issue. But Zip's going to be right on it. Draws is trying to hold from above. Cell is able to get the pick. Time is a dwindling, trying to hold it from the window. Draws is challenge.
Buena.
The fuse is done.
Buena.
And that is a round win for FaZe. Wow. Maybe it does their own medicine, similar to the round we saw where Draza couldn't clutch up and they snuck in a defuse. This time FaZe able to do it.
That is great trust. There was an opening right there. When Cell, he finds the first player window, but the second one gets across. So Draza has to pick it up. So I thought that maybe allowed a timing for that first player towards the front to get the player on the bomb, but does not happen by just enough time. Great retake there from FaZe.
Yeah, just they see them rotate out and Sips is instantly on it. Instantly on it. And a round advantage. Well, we'll get the bomb later. Nah, we'll get it later. Let's get the blood first. Cell gets the blood. Draza gives out some haircuts. Can't quite finish the kill. Track it back. Getting bomb and Sip. I swear he turned like 3 times thinking about scooping it. 4v3.
Well, you're down a man,
Bueno.
so you're looking for something, trying to take it to him. Instead, FaZe are already here for you. So now you're left in a 1 versus 4 if you are Rancor.
Bueno, vamos allá.
The start you wanted.
No, it is not. No, it is not. FaZe in control early.
Buena. FaZe, Neslo, manda.
First blood in the opening round. Cell get it this time. They'll back up and get bomb, and well, they'll just run right through them. The train they could not stop. And this is, you know, it's like FaZe showed, you know, down 5-2. Like, so they've seen it all. Like, all right, we'll bring it back round by round. Can Heretics do the same thing if they're put into a similar position? Much bigger test on these young players. But we'll talk about that if we get there. For now, 2-0, nothing crazy, nothing insurmountable. 3-man hit over towards B.
Yeah, and
Ranker playing deep.
I don't hate it. I do not hate it whatsoever if you're Miami, because I mean, you got the bomb plant. Got the bomb plant in. You had what you wanted. But FaZe are here. Real, he's going to try to catch two. What he does this time, he's able to stay alive. A bit of an off angle from Real, and then Super looking over him. And just like that, it is Celium left in a 1 versus 3. He is cut down.
To put him easy, like awkward. He's like forward, backwards, forward. Like, where am I going to go?
Where to go. Just did not expect Real there. That is what he does. We saw in round 1, he would have loved to have 2. Probably would have been the difference maker in that first round. Fortunately, there was a trade, but this time, he gets his 2.
Yeah, let's see this from his POV. There's the first, and the second, oh, just sliding, catching, draws. Oh, he's 2 HP. 2 HP,
mano.
Brilliant there from Real, nearly traded by draws. So, adjustments, you think, for FaZe. Next time they're on defense, very easily could be a 2-1 advantage for Heretics. We'll see how they deal with Real on that B-side push.
Oh, with this quick mid hit here from Abizi. Don't see this often from the defense, just right through the middle of the map. Now, where do you want to go? It looks like they know Metals is caught there. Do they? I thought the way that Abizi was looking, but a nice trade there from Sim.
Real, the timing, I believe, incredible. Oh my God. Where did he go? Where did he go? Super backing up. Super maybe caught. Sim knows he's weak. Sim trying to chase it down, and he'll chase it down. The trade comes in just a second late. Maybe would have saved his life. All on Real now. This would be for the ace.
Ay, los va a caer rotando. Real la está jugando bien. Ay, pero lo vieron, está bien.
We would have believed you.
Yeah.
But they just don't want to get caught playing the bomb, so FaZe are playing so conservative.
Seconds to go. They've got to work this plan. Real has cleared everything through mid-map.
Yeah,
what's the timing going to be?
Luckily, this map is very small.
I don't know if they saw him. I don't know if they saw him. They didn't. Real slides out under a 1 versus 1.
Qué bueno.
8 seconds to go. Do you plant? Do you play the kill? Abizi, the hero of map 2, in such a difficult situation.
No sabe qué hacer.
The kill. Real is gone.
Va súper bien.
2-2.
And that's the problem. You're hoping to catch Real. You know the type of player he is. He likes his long routes, likes to try to find openings. So him and Cell just say, let's try to wait for him. But the issue is that, like,
yeah, when he slid and peeked, I'm pretty sure, like the player just looked left into the corner, like as they pushed out past the small room. I'm pretty sure it was like an insane timing where they didn't spot him.
And this is a map where if you're in the middle, you can get from one bomb site to the next.
Oh yeah, yeah. He was
within
just
5 seconds.
flying back and forth. He cleared both bombs 3 times. I'm exaggerating, but yeah. I mean,
No, he pretty much did.
Vamos a ver qué hacen ahora los dos.
Brushed off the
¡Mierda!
early deficit.
Ahora las granadas. Ahora es que esto se va a poner bueno. Ay, ya vi.
Get some damage in, and a first blood. Abizi gonna get clothesline.
Yeah, he's thinking Metals doesn't see him there, but going for that gunfight. Not able to win it. Metals with that first blood, and now they're thinking about the B-bomb site.
They're wrapping it out. Ahead on rotation will be Real, kind of clearing space. He's been their B-side hero on the offensive side of it.
Tantos vivos, ¿verdad?
There might be draws early, but
They go back to A. Watch that number 7. You see Simp. He is pushed forward.
here we go.
They're going to check this.
Yeah. I think that's exactly what they were clearing when they didn't spot. Yeah, best of luck with that gunfight. Metals gets to the heady. Simp laid out.
Ah, Real lo va a coger.
Real
Hacho cómodo.
Cell last one up in the vent and back out of it. Bomb now going to be getting planted. Be a 1v4. Cell has had some insane ones in his career.
They just need Real not to scam. That's really what it is. He doesn't, he backs away.
Ahí está.
Metals is there. That's on Metals finding that first blood, and then what that first blood
Qué mierda, cogieron la delantera.
they find Simp as well. It just opens up a route for Real to play his game. Hit the flanks, find the openings, make the rounds easy.
So after the hot phase start up 2-0, 3 straight now for Miami. And in front in this one. Pressure on, elimination match. Heretics do not seem to be phased by the pressure of the stage. Now what can they do defensively is they'll try to get 2-round separation here. You've got 4 in a row for Real, 3 straight for Metals. Ways to go till we talk about any significant
Ay, ya vi, sí.
play, but Abizi
Ay,
got
métete.
blood in the last
Uy, qué
round.
suerte,
Oh
loco.
my God, 9 HP, he just gets out. He got hit by quarter of a bullet.
And watch, look at the minimap. Super and Real, they are quickly on this full flank. All the phases here towards B.
Ya, nadie sabe esperar ese flank completo.
Where does this retake start from if you are Miami?
Stun in. Maybe connecting with draws.
Buena. Buena, hacer. Vamos.
They're frying them now. Metals, his 3 straight.
Vamos, llévate el tercero también. Vamos allá.
As he has a takeover round, 3-3.
Yeah, and I think Heretics, they're going to have to stop Abizi from doing this through the middle of the map.
Well, they nearly did. They nearly did.
Yeah, they nearly did. But what this does is this gives him so much info, right? When he is through the middle of the map, through the B window, he's basically telling the guys there's no B pressure here. Right? So the flank is wide open.
Sí, hacete el trabajo y viraste.
It's just a sort of, you know, a bit of a guessing game, but they had 3 players on their side of the map. They knew that it was coming from the attacking side.
You're getting information that would just take a lot longer to get, right? Like just instantly. And that's probably been the single most impressive thing about BZ in S&D over the years. Like he's just no fear with taking space and getting information. And well, this is a good example of it offensively towards mid. Real now trying to hit stun. He's going to connect onto a BZ. BZ's trying to dodge all the nades. Stun only thing that's going to hit him, and he's back to full.
Ni nadie, nada. Nadie. Chacho, Renker está gritando, brother. No hay nadie, nadie, pero nadie.
Can you catch someone if you're ranked, or you want that one? Oh, lordy.
Yeah, you want it bad, because you had an AR there. Trophy is down. Nobody's dead.
¡Tum! El cajito. Este es el mapa de los cajitos. Buena.
Cell, 4 straight. Real, last up 1 versus 4. It's been a game of swings. It was 3 straight rounds for Heretics. Now looking to go back to back and take advantage. Is Atlanta phased unless Real pulls a rabbit out of the hat and does something insane?
Uy.
Don't know if that's happening.
¿Cómo me vieron? Yo estuviese preguntándome lo mismo.
And a BC-sized rabbit. Speaking of a BC. Set up in the back and look at it go down, just sort of toying with him while the health comes in.
Anda el diablo, espérate.
Real dances as long as he can, but finally will drop.
Viene, vamos. Nos fuimos adelante por 1.
And now as we get phased back to offense, yeah, let's see how BZ plays this. Does he take that same mid-cut? Does he get caught? As he got hit down to 9 HP last time. Got a little awkward for him getting out the window.
A game of swings so far, though. 2 for phase, 3 in a row then for Miami. But here's that charge kill. It catches them by surprise. Simp.
Toma. El cajito, ¡boom! El cajito ha sido el más efectivo en este mapa. Como no te lo puedes imaginar. Ahora, aquí en este mapa, estos cajitos sí valen. Todos van para ver. Todos van para ver. Está brutal, que tú puedes como que... diablo.
Set that up, but Metals is he's gonna stay here. Metals is gonna stay there on that flank because they don't have bomb down. So he stays to watch the flank. Abizi feels like he has to get involved. And well, that just starts with taking down Simp before he can plant.
Qué buena, Rencor.
He's just gonna get caught as they shoot open the door. Cell trying to maybe free fire Ghost. Nothing there. Heretics, beautiful defense out of them. Stop the plant.
Diablo, mano, me paran los pelos, me cago en nada.
Still very little separation. 4-4.
No, espalda fue.
Player watching the pitch. They're just not gonna move until maybe they're down a man. Maybe bomb is planted and they have to retake. So Metals, he's just hanging out. There's still a chance Abizi catches him, but it just makes his job so much harder.
Yeah, Simp's just like, well, thought I had the planet, and I don't really get to do much in the round because I am now dead. Heretics.
Ay, se la pegó. Ah, no, fue el trophy, qué buena, loco. Por lo más santo, yo pensé que se le pegó la Certex. Ay, qué buena. Epa, no. Los dos. No. Está bien. Ok, es que Real tiene como que el sexto sentido activado.
Draza was able to spot it, so I think that's why you kind of saw them take it towards Rencor.
Battle of the sub-duos. This matchup, probably the one you thought most lopsided for phase, but not been the case when you talk about the hard points. Metals and Real have been frying. They helped them get to a map 5, but now can they deal with the tiny tears and search and destroy?
¡Bum! Explota un cajo. No, por favor. Me va el corazón. Necesitamos esta Honda, mano.
When you guess wrong, you're playing the 50-50. You have to find where they go, and while you just reposition through the middle of the map, does Miami. They're gonna play this. They're gonna play this. Abizi, he has a intuition. Maybe that's the case.
Qué mierda.
But he's by himself. Then it's a 1v2 for Simp.
Beautiful. The Miami sub-duo gets it done. As you said, it can be a guessing game.
Ay, no.
No.
Me cago en nada.
Away from taking this, but they've been on match point and search and destroy before. The same can be said for the Proto, and that went the entire way. They let a 5-2 advantage slip away. Now, 5 versus 4. Can they win it here on defense, or do we go to another round 11?
Por favor, necesitamos ir por un round 11. Ya, diablo, no. Bueno, está bien. Ay, Rencor se llevó otro. No,
Real just threw there a little bit to even up the numbers. But his teammates have his back. 2-on-3, as you said. Cell is beaming, no, but there is a
trade. Lo mato, vete pa'l carajo.
Rencor looked it for the ace.
Draws. He had a 1v2 opportunity. He nearly clutched up in the map 2. He's trying to do it here. It is for the map. It is for the tournament. And he'll have to do it through the chance.
Mira cómo gritan.
45 to play. Bomb in hand. Bomb getting planted, and here we go. This guy does not let much phase him. Can he brush off the crowd, rush off the moment, and clutch up in this 1 versus 2?
That is just, where are they?
Timing is so bad.
Ay, qué mierda, GG, mano. GG. Ay. Qué mierda.
And well, what a roller coaster of a day for them. Wow, smoked. And then you just saw, like, I mean, this series, feel like they should have won that map number 2, but the boys are
Ay, qué mierda. Ay, qué ópera. Ya los Rencor le mató a hacer, eso es lo que no puedo creerlo. Y fuera. Tito, si ustedes no ganan este evento, yo no sé qué voy a decir. La tienen como bizcochito. Diablo, qué mierda. Se fue Face, se fue... No, Ultra mañana. ¿Ultra mañana? No, Ultra se fue. No, Ultra mañana. Ultra ya está ahí. Ultra, Heratic, Elective y Seattle. Bueno, Vancouver. Diablo, qué ópera. ¡Mierda! Loco, el Search and Destroy, el segundo juego. ¡Qué pedazo de juego! Ay. Claro que sí, Ana. Ay, Dios, pero tengo que hacer Dios más de afanador. ¡Mierda! Bueno, mis amores, hasta que llego el directo. Mira. Vamos a ver esto. Si no te vino cuenta.
Super, how does it feel in this moment to take down the three-time defending champions at your home event here in Florida?
I mean, it feels amazing beating FaZe, obviously, because they're such a good team. And I'm glad that we regained after that loss against Thieves. And I'm looking forward to play tomorrow again.
All right, there you go. A lot of big matches coming up tomorrow. Now, to talk about this series, you know, you guys had on
Miami, papá.
to really kick this one off, but you lost that S&D. How did you guys kind of regain
Brother,
after that moment?
¿tuviste el segundo juego de S&D? Yo no puedo creerlo.
I mean, the first map was so important for us because we gained a lot of confidence. The S&D, we trolled at the end, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
And we found like our comfort zone in hardpoints. So winning the first and the fourth map was key to win this match.
It was very key winning this match, okay? Those hard points are so important to be able to take.
Se merecen el champ. Oye, yo creo que con esta victoria tienen el asiento para champ obligado. Hacho Fufo, si el Elective no gana este evento.
I just want to say you all are amazing.
Diablo.
I appreciate every single one of you that came here to support us. Everyone on the stream as well, supporting us. This is for you. We're gonna win this fucking event.
Oye.
They want to win this event right here, okay? You heard it from Super. That does it for me and him on the stage. Chris, take us away.
Bendito, algo en español.
I am already a fan. The man brings the hype. He brings the confidence and a reminder. This is his first event in the CDL, and he'll be playing on a championship Sunday, Nameless.
I mean, it's just unreal.
Vamos para allá, gente. Bueno, hasta que llegó el stream. Espero que se lo han disfrutado. Prácticamente todos estos bots van a estar disponibles en el canal de voz. Y nada, mañana continuaremos. Seguiremos viendo a ver quién gana. Está Elective, está Seattle, está Miami y está Ultra. El primer juego va a ser entre Miami y Ultra o Elective y Seattle, no estoy seguro. Pero juegan esos dos y después juegan. Después sabremos quién va a estar en la final. Voy a jugar, pero va a ser fuera stream. Así que nada, buenas noches a todos. Se me cuidan. Descansen, nos vemos la próxima.